No, that's enormous.
That's all. That's how. Yeah, it slows everybody down.
Well,
I feel like it slows down the process. Because they don't get out of there. Yes, but I got to. All right. All right, guys.
Good afternoon. You may be seated.
the interpreter is on.
Okay. And is the interpreter able to hear the court okay?
Now he is, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind interpreting for me the admonition that I'm about to give before I call the interpreter matters.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. This is the time set for the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for September 29th.
Esta la hora programada para... My apologies.
I was just going to give the date for September 29th, 2025.
Esta es la hora programada para la comparecencia inicial para la fecha del 29 de septiembre de 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar.
Las órdenes puestas por el tribunal para tomar huellas digitales y las pruebas de ADN para la primera fecha del mes también tendrán efecto para la dicha de hoy.
I am Commissioner Dyer, and before we get started, there's just a few things that I'd like to explain to you.
Soy la comisionada Dyer y antes de que comencemos solo hay unas cosas que quiero explicarles.
I will be calling each of you up to the podium one by one.
Voy a estar llamando a cada uno de ustedes al podio uno por uno.
I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth.
Les voy a pedir su nombre, apellido y fecha de nacimiento.
I will then tell you why you are here today.
Después le voy a decir por qué está aquí hoy.
I will tell you whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you.
Le voy a indicar si es que un abogado ha sido o no ha sido asignado a usted.
I will then let you know what your future court dates will be.
Después le dejaré saber cuáles serán sus fechas de audiencia futura.
I will let you know what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond.
Le dejaré saber cuál será su fianza si es que califica para una.
And lastly, I will let you know what your release conditions are.
Y por último, le dejaré saber cuáles serán las condiciones de su libertad.
Some of you may have some questions while I'm providing this advisement to you.
Algunos tal vez tengan preguntas mientras les estoy proveyendo este aviso a ustedes.
I ask that you please don't interrupt me while I'm providing the advisement.
Les pido que por favor no me interrumpan mientras les presento el aviso.
You will have the opportunity to ask your questions after I complete the advisement.
Para tener la oportunidad de hacer preguntas ya que yo haya terminado el aviso.
This is a recorded proceeding. Anything that you say could be used against you.
Este es un procedimiento grabado y cualquier cosa que diga puede ser utilizada en su contra.
So you are cautioned to keep your questions directed towards your release conditions only.
Entonces se les pide que con cautela se especifiquen sus preguntas a las condiciones de ser liberado solamente.
Any statements regarding your case should be directed towards your attorney.
Y cualquier pauta o testimonio dado en cuanto a su caso debe ser dirigido a su abogado.
Francisco Lara, will you please come to the podium?
Francisco Lara, ¿podría venir al podio?
Sir, before we get started, you might want to put a finger over the ear that does not have the
Antes de
ear.
comenzar.
That will help you hear better. Keep your hand there. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Francisco Javier Varela Lara, 17 de diciembre de 1991.
Francisco Javier Varela Lara, December 17th, 1991.
You are here today because you have a new case and you have a warrant out of West McDowell Justice Court. As to your new case, you were charged with one count of aggravated DUI, driving with a license that was suspended for a previous DUI, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of an open container, liquor in a vehicle, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both charges. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on October 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. If you are able to post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services where you will participate in alcohol testing and monitoring. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. As to your warrant out of West McDowell Justice Court, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You have an arraignment hearing on October 1st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to, you still have to follow your release conditions and appear for your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of the bond that you posted, and another warrant would issue for your arrest. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Jose Nunez, will you please come to the podium? An interpreter to help you today?
No.
Okay. Mr. Canales, can you inquire as to whether or not anybody else is in need of your assistance before I excuse you?
Yes, thank you. ¿Alguien más necesita la ayuda de un intérprete en español que está presente en la audiencia hoy?
Okay.
No.
Okay, it does not look like anybody else is in need of your services, Mr. Canales. Thank you so much for helping us out this afternoon. You may be excused.
Thank you. Here we go.
Mr. Nunez, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jose Carlos Núñez, April 5th, 1987.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of assault with intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor, one count of disorderly conduct involving fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, one count of resisting arrest, passive resistance, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to all of the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have an arraignment hearing on October 2nd at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there's an order of protection or order against harassment that has been issued, you must comply with the terms of those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You are permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. Please be advised that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, you'll please step to your left. Officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Lopez, will you please come to the podium? And Aaron Durant, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Rodolfo Lopez, 06/06/1989.
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 2 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 6th at 8:30. You have a preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You have a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. If you are able to post bond, you will be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You also cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this afternoon. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
I do have a question. So the bond can be modified to a secure bond and it's cash only?
It's cash only. I will let you know how I got there if that's what you want to know why. It's the serious nature of the offense. Somebody was physically injured, allegedly, according to the probable cause statement. A knife was used, that the victim was allegedly injured, seriously injured. And then I also take into consideration that according to the probable cause statement that you did leave the scene of the alleged offense. And lastly, I look at the fact that you are currently on parole and that you had been incarcerated for a violent offense. So when I take all of those things into consideration, I worry about the safety of the community as well as the safety of the victim, and I have to weigh all of that when I determine what I believe are the appropriate release conditions. And based on that, I believe that a cash bond is appropriate to ensure your appearance and also to ensure the safety of the community and the alleged victim.
So with a cash bond, I can't use property or I got to put all cash. I can't use property in.
I believe that they will give you information back there about contacting a bail bondman to see what they would or would not do. I can't speak to how those agencies would proffer bond for you in this instance. So you would have to talk to one of the bonding agencies to see what your options are.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Durant, will you please come to the podium? And Angela Malone, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Aaron Durant, 11/08/2001.
You are here today because you have one new case, you have a warrant at a surprise municipal court, and then you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You have a status conference hearing on October 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you're able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Then as to your surprise municipal court warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50 for that one. And then for your probation violation matter, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 6th at 8:30, and do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. For your total bond with all three cases, it's $25,800 and I believe it's $25,800. Reminder that you must appear for your court dates, comply with your release conditions. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this afternoon. If you have no questions for me,
No.
Okay, so you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Malone, will you please come to the podium? And Isabella Brazil, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. William, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Angela Malone, December 11th, 1972.
You were here today because you have one new case and you have a warrant for you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with one count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, 2 counts of burglary in the third degree, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of resisting arrest with physical force, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to all of the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you're able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate any contact with alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons. As to your probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 6th at 8:30. That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. So between your two cases, you have a total secured appearance bond in the amount of $55,100. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, go step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Brazil, if you'll please come to the podium, and Pamela Cameron, if you will please have a seat in the chair by the door. Can you state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Isabella Brazil, 5/12/2003.
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated DUI, driving the wrong way, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. If you are able to post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services where you will participate in alcohol testing and monitoring until further order of the court. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this afternoon. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
I do just have one question. So with the secured bond, if that's processed, does that get, refunded, I guess, in a way, once trial and everything is complete? And
I believe that you probably need to talk to the deputies and the bail bondsmen on how that works.
Okay.
Ms. Cameron, will you please come to the podium? And Elizabeth Felice, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Ma'am, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Pamela Cameron, 7/8/96.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 6th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Another warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please.
I had another court hearing today, in regards to, trespassing. Is there any way that I could possibly, notify that court that I was in here?
I'm not sure what that court is, which court that is. You can talk to the deputies about. If you're here for City of Phoenix, then you'll be seen here in City of Phoenix. Otherwise, you'll have to address that matter once you are released from this matter.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Is there any way that I could possibly be OR'd?
You cannot be OR'd. Your warrant is for violating your probation. So, judge issued that warrant with the bond on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
I think you.
Elizabeth Felice, will you please come to the podium? And Michael Graff, if you'll please have a seat in a chair by the door. Hello, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Elizabeth Feliz, 8/18/85.
You are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on October 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court dates. If you fail to appear for your court dates, another warrant will issue for your arrest and additional bond will be imposed. You have a question?
Yeah, so the day that I had court, I have paperwork. I was in the hospital. I tried to contact my lawyer and I tried to send an email to you guys and I didn't get any response. I just got out of the hospital 2 days ago, and so on Friday, and by the time I tried to get down here, it was already too late to get to court. So, I have my paperwork for you guys for that I was in the hospital. I wasn't trying to miss court. I don't want to miss court. I have children at home, so
Who was it? Who did you try to contact?
I contacted the Superior Court. And I
said
contacted the lawyer. I called in and asked who was appointed to me, and they gave me the information, and I sent an email out to him.
Who was your attorney?
Huh?
I'm asking you, who did they tell you your attorney?
I don't know. I have it all written down at home. I have it written down on my paperwork for the hospital. I do have all my documents, though, for you. I can have somebody email them to you if you want, but I do have.
I'm going to go ahead and have you have a seat. I'll call you back up at the end of the calendar.
Okay, ma'am.
Mr. Graff, will you please come into the courtroom? Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Michael Anthony Graff, 8/10/90.
You are here today on a new case. You are charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me.
Yes, ma'am. So this all started.
You should not talk to me about your case.
No, ma'am. I was taking. No, this is. I need to be able to say this because
I'm going to stop you briefly.
Ma'am.
Please understand that anything that you say here could be used against you.
That's totally fine, ma'am. I give up any rights. I should be able to speak. I must be able to speak right now. I was taken from Phoenix to, I was walking on 43rd and Cactus, and they told me that I was not allowed, I was in a neighborhood, and 3 cops came and said that they took me there all the way to CBI, where I was at. So when they did that, I was now stuck out there. I had no way to get back home. So after being out there, ma'am, they kept surrounding me and telling me I was trespassing everywhere I went. I went to the QT, and I wasn't bothering anybody, and they would do the same thing. They came again. 4 cops came and said, "You can't be at QT." So I would go around, just running from these police men and women. I would go to the Freddy's where I was kind to them. They were kind to me. They let me in. They fed me, and the cops came into the Freddy's and trespassed me out of this Freddy's. So. And there was no drugs ever found. I don't know how they can have a drug possession on me, ma'am.
Sir, I'm going to tell you what I've reviewed. The
Ma'am.
probable cause statement says that you were attempting to enter into a closed business of the Dutch Brothers, that you have previously been trespassed from there.
I had never been previously trespassed from there before. But those are lies. I had never been previously trespassed.
And then according to the probable cause statement, that once you were arrested, that there was a search and you were in possession of methamphetamine, which tested positive for methamphetamine.
When did
You asked, I'm answering the question for what I reviewed so that you can understand what I've ordered.
Ma'am.
In addition, sir, I have taken into consideration that you do have a history of trespassing and other offenses. So my concern is that despite you having numerous convictions for criminal trespassing, as well as you have prior drug convictions at this point. So it appears that if the information that I reviewed is true, I just made a probable cause finding. I didn't find you guilty today. What I did today was just make a finding that based on the information that was provided to me today, that I have reasons to believe that those things did occur. So your bond is what I said. I did give you an opportunity to speak. I'm going to now ask you to please step to your left. The officer is going to give you your paperwork. Thank you.
There's no way I can.
Let's go. We don't got nothing left to talk about. Come on. She's already said it.
Wait your next birthday, sir, don't leave it.
Don't snatch away from me, man. All right, come on, let's go, sir.
Come on.
Let's go. Come on. We're talking about something on this meeting.
Okay.
Mr. Stokes, will you please come to the podium? And Audrey Torres, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Daniel Stokes, 22677.
You are here today because you have one new case. You have a direct complaint. You have a warrant out of Peoria Municipal Court, and you have a warrant out of Tolleson Municipal Court. We're going to first talk about your new case. You were charged with 1 count of driving with a license that has been suspended, revoked, or canceled, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that charge. Due to the nature of the charge, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 28th at 1:30. Then as to your your direct complaint, you were charged with 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony. The date of those alleged offenses is July 16th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. On this matter, I am inclined to release you to pretrial services, which means that you'll be released into the community, but to be supervised by pretrial services, you do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then as to your municipal, Peoria Municipal Court matter, you have a warrant for driving with the license that is suspended or revoked. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 20th at 9 a.m., and your last one is out of Tolleson Municipal Court. Due to the nature of that offense, you are not entitled to a court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 20th at 8:30. For your warrant matters, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, as well as the new case that came in. I'm inclined to release you on your own recognizance on all of those matters.
Awesome, thank you.
But you do have to promise to appear for those court dates. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
Please be advised that if you fail to appear for your court dates, warrants will issue for your arrest and bonds will be imposed. I will let you know that for your matter out of Peoria Municipal Court, that had a cash bond in the amount of $250. And for your matter out of Tolleson, that had a recommended bond in the amount of $500. So if you fail to appear for those court dates, at a minimum, you're looking at $750.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
So make
I got
sure you go to court.
Okay.
All right, that's it for me. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Okay, Ms. Torres, if you will please come to the podium, and Timmy Alston, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Sam, will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Audrey Torres, 9/13/64.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of East Mesa Justice Court. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 15th at 9 a.m. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance today. If you do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
I do promise.
I will let you know that there was a note on the warrant that I should not release you on your own recognizance due to, and you have a suggested bond in the amount of $1,884. The reason why I'm releasing you is that this is a warrant for failing to pay whatever your fees and fines are for this particular. It's for DUI, so
Yeah.
whatever your responsibilities were. You need to go to court, and you probably need to talk to them about setting up some type of payment arrangement.
Okay.
Otherwise, these warrants are going to keep getting issued, and you're going to keep finding yourself spending time in jail.
Okay.
Okay, so do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes.
Failure to do so will result in another warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond will likely be imposed. So
Okay.
that takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Timmy Alston, will you please? Timmy Alston, will you please come into the courtroom? Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Timmy Austin, 9/28/96.
Thank you. And Ms. Kendrick, will you, do you wish to state your appearance at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Ms. Ashley Kendrick for Mr. Timmy Austin, who is held in custody before you.
Okay, Mr. Alston, I'm changing this order to include the attorney of record. Ms. Kendrick, did you have an opportunity to speak to your client, or would you like for me to advise him of his charges?
Your Honor, if you can advise him of his charges, that would be sufficient.
Sir, you are here today because you were charged with one count of assault with intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both charges. You have an attorney already representing you. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 14th at 2 p.m. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance today. Ms. Kendrick, did you want to be heard on release conditions?
Your Honor, just taking into consideration, it sounds like you've already made a decision to release him on OR, so thank you for that. So just my client will request for his release as soon as possible. Sounds like that's going to happen. But additionally, Additionally, I wanted to add a couple things. I'm not sure if you mentioned of option of a bond, and if so, we wanted to, stipulate to that if possible, if necessary. And then also, there sounds like there
Ms.
may be
Kendrick,
some, yes.
Ms. Kendrick, I'm not inclined to place a bond on your client. I'm inclined to release him today on his
Okay.
own recognizance without
Okay.
bond.
No problem, Your Honor. Sounds good.
The release conditions that will apply is that Mr. Austin, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you can't have any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued, you must comply with those. Orders. Please be advised that you cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim, and that if you are permitted when civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. If you violate the no victim contact, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Ms. Kendrick, was there anything more that you wanted to be heard on in light of my release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. I wanted to be clear that Mr. Austin is a resident. This is his permanent resident at the scene of the alleged crime. The alleged victim is a tenant that has been served his writ of restitution today. So Mr. Austin has an alternative residence in the meantime while the alleged victim vacates the property. But upon the alleged victim vacating the property, we would like my client to be able to go back into his own home.
Well, just at this time, I'm just ordering that he cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime and he can't reside with the victim. By the time you guys get to court, you can sort everything else out. That next court date is October 15th or October 14th. If anything further is needed, you would need to file a motion with the assigned judicial officer.
Okay. Your Honor, one last question. Are you saying that he can't return to the home even if the victim is not living in the home? Even if the alleged victim is not living in the home?
Typically for DV cases, this is considered a domestic violence case. That is a typical order, is that a person cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. What I am saying is that if the alleged victim is no longer residing in the home, you can file a motion with the assigned judge asking for the modification of that particular release condition.
Okay.
Okay, so this takes care of everything that, Mr. Austin, please be advised that if you fail to comply with your release conditions, a warrant, or you fail to appear for your court date, a warrant could issue for your arrest and a bond would likely be imposed. So this takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. And Ms. Kendrick, if there's nothing further from you, you may step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. And Ms. Kendrick, we will email you a copy of the release order.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate your help.
And you may be excused.
Thank you.
Mr. Ernesto Jimenez, will you please come to the podium?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, a little louder as you can, I appreciate it.
Okay. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Can you hear me?
You can adjust the volume on that.
All the way up, Your Honor.
I don't know what more to do for him.
I can read his lips a little bit, but, okay, can I hear it right in front? Okay, no, okay.
That's fine.
Go ahead, please. Okay, right, I'm leaving there. Okay.
Can you state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Okay, go ahead.
I just did.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Can you please state your first and last name and...
I'm not guilty of what they said I did.
Okay, so either you can cooperate or not.
Okay,
It's all the way up right now. Can you hear?
I'm sorry, let's see. Okay, play it out. Okay.
Can you please tell me your first and last name and your date of birth?
I play like guilty.
That's not what I asked you. Sir, I'm just asking you some simple questions. You don't even know what I'm going to do because you won't even follow directions. I'm just asking you for your first,
González, I can't. Ernesto Jiménez, Senior,
what is your date of birth?
10/22/1957.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass in a residential yard, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
I'm sorry.
You're having first time hearing and the volume all the way up already? Is it working? Should hear anything?
No, that's it. She's right.
You can try this one.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
Yeah, try this one. I figured that.
Okay. Yeah.
You were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both charges. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to a court-appointed attorney. You will have an arraignment hearing on October 28th at 1:30. I am going to release you on your own recognizance today. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Honor. Okay. Thank you, Thank you. Sorry about that. Here, okay? Okay.
It was off.
You didn't have it on?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. It turned off after a while.
Mr. Flores, will you please come to the podium? And Jamal Harper, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Nicholas Flores, 07/15/91.
You are here today because you have 1 new case, and then you have a warrant out of West McDowell Justice Court.
Yes.
On your new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to the possession of dangerous drugs. I did not find probable cause as to the possession of drug paraphernalia. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on October 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime as one of your release conditions. And then, as to your warrant out of West McDowell Justice Court, you are not entitled to a court appointed due to the nature of the charge. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 14th at 1:30. In this matter, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates for both matters. Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Yeah, I promise to.
Failure to appear for your court dates will result in warrants issuing for your arrest, and a bond will be imposed. I will let you know that for your warrant out of West McDowell Justice Court, it's a very old warrant, and it had a bond in the amount of $565.
Okay.
So if you don't show up to that court date, I'm pretty sure that bond is going to go up. So I would strongly suggest you appear for your court date.
Okay.
Okay, that takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you don't have any questions for me, if you will step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Can I leave today or?
You're going to be released today.
Okay. Thank you.
Step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Harper, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Nishan Theophile, if you please have a seat in the chair. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, Mr. Nishan. Hold on a second. I guess I need to figure out what's going on. Do we have Mr.
Rodriguez?
Yes, is he back?
He's back, he's in medical, but he's like vomiting, so it's gonna be a house call tablet.
Is it going to be a house call, or do we need to move him to another calendar?
Like he's coherent, so. And he's fine, he's just back there calling.
Okay.
We can bring him to court, but.
No, you don't have to. I was iffy on whether or not he was here, so. All right. So we're going to move him as a house call. Okay. All right. And Mr. Harper, I apologize for
It's okay. It's fine.
trying to see where everybody is at.
Mhm.
If you will please state your first and last name and your date of birth for me.
Juvenile Harper, 22380.
You are here today on two matters. You have a warrant out of Buckeye Municipal Court, and then you have and then you're here on a new case. On your new case, you were charged with driving with a license that has been suspended, revoked, or canceled, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. Due to the nature of the offense, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. Then, as to your warrant out of Buckeye Municipal Court, that warrant is for driving with a license that is suspended or revoked, and I believe you failed to appear for your court date. You are not entitled to a court-appointed counsel due to the nature of the charge. You will have a arraignment hearing on October 14th at 2 p.m. On both matters, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Yes, Your Honor.
Failure to appear for your court dates would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond will be imposed. I will let you know that for your warrant out of Buckeye Municipal Court, the recommended bond was $500. So if you fail to go to court and another warrant is issued, you're looking at a bond of, at a minimum, $500. It could be more, and if you come back here, we will impose it. That takes care of everything that I have to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm taking a pause for one moment. I needed to research something for Miss Felice. Ms. Felice, will you please come back into the courtroom? When did you go to the hospital?
I went to the hospital on the 18th, I believe it was. What happened was I broke my tooth, and I had an abscess that filled up my face.
Ma'am, I asked you to please hold on.
Oh, okay, sorry. I can't hear.
So you said you went to the hospital on the 18th.
I believe it was the 18th.
You didn't show up to court. Your court date was on September 11th.
On the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait, I have my dates confused then. Ma'am, I promise you, I was in the hospital the day that I had court. 2 days. I had 2 court dates, right?
I'm telling you what your first court date was. You were adamant about when you had court. You were adamant about.
I know. I have 2 court dates. I had two.
You did not show up. Your court date was on September 11th, and you did not appear.
I had 2 court dates, right? 11th and the 15th.
The first one you did not appear for.
I was in the hospital, ma'am. I don't remember the date that I was in the hospital.
I'm going to affirm your warrant. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000.
Ma'am,
If you're able to post bond, you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post, and additional bond would be imposed. I listened to everything. I asked you questions, giving you the opportunity for me to verify information based on your statements. And based on your statements, you were not in the hospital on September 11th.
I promise you, I was in the hospital.
If you please step to your left, officer, will give
Ma'am,
you your
look,
paperwork.
I've been at my house for 30 years. Ma'am, I've been at my house for 30 years. I'm not trying to run. I have scoliosis. Look, at my face is still filling up with fluids right now because I haven't taken the antibiotics since yesterday because I've been here in the hospital. My face is filling up again.
So I'm going to step out if you don't step out.
Wow.
Okay. And Mr., I didn't call Mr. Theophil yet. You closed him out. Mr. Theophil, if you'll please come to the podium. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Nishan Theophile, June 2nd, 1988.
You are here today on a direct complaint. You were charged with 2 counts of aggravated DUI, driving a DUI with a passenger under the age of 15, Class 6 felony. The date of the alleged offense is May 7th, 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. You promise to appear for your court dates?
Yes, ma'am.
Being released to pretrial services means that you will be released in the community, but that release will be supervised. You have the following release conditions. Well, I'm going to highlight the main one, is that in releasing you to pretrial services, you will need to participate in drug and alcohol testing and monitoring. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. I'm sorry. If you fail to appear for your court date, a warrant will issue for your arrest and bond will be imposed. That takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Miguel Rodriguez Jacobo is here on one new case, and he also has a probation violation warrant. He is not physically present in court today due to a medical condition. On his new case, he was charged with 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 4 felony. The date of that offense is October. The date of the offense is not inputted, right? For the new case, the date of the offense is August 22nd of 2025, and it has October 2nd. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent him in this matter. He will have a status conference hearing on October 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30. I am inclined to release him on his own recognizance. As to his probation violation matter, I did appoint an attorney to represent him in that matter. He will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 6th at 8:30. Again, I'm inclined to release him on his own recognizance. He will need to, he has the following release conditions. He cannot possess any weapons, and he must contact his probation officer within 72 hours. Mr. Jacobo will be advised that if he fails to comply with release conditions or he fails to appear for his court date, that a warrant would issue for his arrest and bond could be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Jacobo. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. This concludes the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 5 p.m.
He'll be in shortly. Thank you. All rise.
Okay, everyone, please be seated.
By yourself?
Yep.
I'll go slower then. To help you out.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, no house calls. No interpreter matters, no house calls, right?
No, sir.
Excellent, okay. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the 5 o'clock calendar for September 29th, 2025. First of all, I'll tell you that the court orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were read on were given on the first calendar of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. When I call your name and stand behind the podium, give me your name and date of birth. I'm not going to list all release conditions. They'll be on your paperwork, so you can read them. You'll be responsible for reading them. At a minimum, we'll say no drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. For those of you who I said a security appearance bond, you can go through a bondsman. It's my understanding they do collect calls. Their names and numbers are on some of the walls in the jail. If you cannot locate one, you can ask one of the officers for assistance in regard to locating them. All right, Gary Miles. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Gary Dwayne Miles Jr., 1/24/1992.
All right, sir. A couple things. You were charged with burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street. You'll have a status conference on October 6th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing at this point scheduled for October 8th at 8:30. You cannot return to the scene of alleged crime or initiate contact with an alleged complainant or witness. Now, I do find probable cause to believe that you committed this offense, and I found that on or about October 8th, 2024, in CR 2024. (147.402), you released you had initial appearance or out on release, and so pursuant to Rule 7.2B, you'll be held without bond at this time. You'll have an evidentiary hearing on October 6th at 1:30 at 175 West Madison Street. There will be an evidentiary hearing to determine whether bond can be set. Your lawyer will explain it to you. All right, step to your left, please. Luis Villegas. Yes, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Luis Rene Batista Villegas, July 17, 1991.
All right, sir. You have a new charge of one count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, discharging a firearm in the city limits, Class 6 felony, endangerment, Class 6 felony, and criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Give me a second here. I do show that you have failures to appear, and you have 4 prior felony convictions. I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll have your status conference on October 6th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing scheduled for October 8th. That's what's scheduled at this time. You cannot initiate contact with alleged victim or victims, not possess any weapons. Bond is set in a security appearance bond of $25,000. Step to your left, please. Hector Galvez. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
10/10/95, Hector Galvez.
Oh, Giselle, I forgot to put what they have to modify that one. Okay. Sir, on this one, I want to talk to you a little bit about this, give you some information in regard to something, okay? Let me just go back to my notes in regard to this. Okay. First of all, I'm going to go over a whole bunch of things first, okay? Probably the best way, try to figure out the right order in which to talk to you about this, okay? You are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, dangerous instrument, Class 3 felony, disorderly conduct, Class 6 felony, and criminal trespass, Class 3 misdemeanor. I'm appointing a lawyer. Wait, you already have an attorney. This is based on a bench warrant. Okay? Now, the next court date is for a status conference at 201 West Jefferson on October 9th at 8:30. Okay? You're not to initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims, no weapons. Okay? You must obey any orders of protection. So that's why, officer, this is an amended release order, okay? I forgot to put that in there. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the information. I don't know if you know this or not. Your attorney brought a motion to dismiss earlier this month.
Yes,
but I didn't show any hearing on that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll let you know, bond was set by your judge in the amount of,
Yes, I've been in, currently, so I wasn't able to make the case because.
I know, so I'd let you know.
In custody.
Your judge set a cash bond of $10,000, but you got a DOC hold anyway. So until this gets resolved, you're probably not going to go back to DOC. In my experience, that's what I've found. Okay, but right now there is your attorney did file that motion to dismiss based on. Well, I won't go into it right now. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, and as I said, I didn't see any hearing date scheduled, but if I remember, it's a she, right?
Yeah, Ms. Daniel Kwan.
Ms. Kwan, yeah. She did file a motion on your behalf. Okay.
Okay.
So that remains to be seen. So that's it for tonight aspect. Okay.
Okay, so basically on that court day, we'll see the next resolution.
Well, you know what? That's set for October 9th. I'm sure she might be bringing it up then. Okay. I can't tell you if it's going to be heard on that day or not.
Oh, got it.
But that's between the two of you. Will talk about that. All right.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Natasha Friedenstahl. Your name and date of birth, please.
Natasha Friedenstock, 10/15/1982.
All right, you got three matters here. Let's talk about the new case. In 2025, 139326, you're charged with aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, disorderly conduct, a Class 6 felony, and criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be October 9th. For a status conference at 201 West Jefferson. Give me 1 second here. I got to check that. Okay, you're charged with aggravated assault, Class 3 felony. Okay. Yeah, just assault, Class 3 felony. Something didn't click on right, so
Okay.
I have here. So sorry about that.
I thought it was like, wait,
No. Okay, let's start over. Okay, you definitely have three matters. Okay, and I told you the right number. 2025 139326. It's aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony. That's the one charge. Okay. Of the new charge. Okay?
Right.
And I'm appointing a lawyer for you. And the reason I started questioning what I told you, that the date was too far off in the future.
Okay.
The next court date is October 6th for status conference, and also the place. October 6th at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference. At this point, a witness preliminary hearing is set for October 8th at 8:30. I know you do have about 12 failures to appear.
I promise you I will come back.
No, let me.
I promise you and everything. I didn't.
You probably promised people in the past. Let me.
No, I promise you I will.
You're not to initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. You're not to have any contact with any co-defendant. You're not to possess any weapons. All right?
Yes, sir. I promise you.
Well, I'll tell you this, in terms of this. The prosecutors were asking for a $25,000 bond. I'm going to set bond for you in a security appearance of $7,500. If you post your bond, you make sure you show up. Now,
Your Honor.
In regard to the other matters, you have a Justice Court warrant out of West Mesa Justice Court. It's from, I think both of these other matters are failure to pay rather.
Yes, failure to pay.
2019 132204. That's out of the West Mesa Justice Court. If you don't post your bonds on these matters, they'll just transport you. I'm appointing a lawyer for you, and a lawyer will be appointed for you for the limited representation regarding the bond issue only. And the court date will be October 2nd at 8:30. And because you have the other bond, I set a limited bond of $50 on that. Okay. And finally, in 2009-05-1001, you got a warrant out of, that was West Mesa. And then this one's at a Youngtown City Court on driving a license suspended, violation of promise to appear. A lawyer will be appointed for you the next court date for limited representation regarding the bond issue only, and I set another $50 bond. That'll be October 9th at 9 o'clock. Okay, so you got three different places. So if you don't post your bond, they'll transport you. If you do post your bonds, make sure you make all your court dates.
So what's the total bond release for me?
Only if you post your bond.
What is the total bond for me?
It'll be total is $7,600 security appearance bond.
$600?
$7,600.
Okay.
Step to your left, please. Danelle Dupre. Good afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Donnell Dupree, 12/285.
Okay. So you have a new. Give me 1 second here. You are, looks like you have an open case at Glendale, but it's not a warrant, just an open case. You're charged with possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession or use of weapon or drug offense, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felonies, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and carrying a deadly weapon or failure to admit, Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on October 6th at 8:30 and a witness preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You're not to possess any weapons. State was asking for $25,000. I'm setting a security appearance bond of $5,000. So if you post your bond, make sure you show up. All right? Take care. Christopher Jefferson.
How are you doing, Your Honor?
Well, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Christopher Jefferson, November 10th, 1994.
Okay. Let me just go over the basics here. First of all, you're charged with aggravated assault to a first responder, Class 5 felony, and resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court dates will be at 8:30 in the morning at 175 West Mass Street for status conference on October 6th, and witness preliminary hearing scheduled October 8th. You're not to possess any weapons, not to possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you get out, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Now, the state was asking for $25,000. I'm making a security appearance bond of $2,500. But, a little warning, since you are on probation, right now you don't have a hold on that, but it's very possible in the near future that probation could be putting a hold on you.
Is it a hold right now?
No, I'm not aware of any. Okay, I'm just telling you, because you're on probation, they've undoubtedly been notified, and they may place a hold on you. But you might find out within the next few hours. Okay, just want to let you know about that.
Okay.
You're on, let's see, I remember, let me just see what I can remember. Page 2 was submitted. Do you show it? Is that to me? It says that page 2 was submitted. I don't see it.
We never received those.
Of course, Regional Services was submitted. So, which leads me to believe that, so you might be back on the next calendar on a probation violation hold, okay? And then if that happens, we'll deal with it then, because I'll be on that calendar also, okay?
So I can't bond out?
Right now you can bond out, but there's a possibility that they may have the additional probation hold, okay? But even if you post bond, it takes several hours for it to be done, and by then, we probably would know whether there's going to be a probation hold.
Okay.
And that time, bond will be set on that most likely, okay? Daniel Perez. No, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Daniel Perez, 12/17/89.
You got a warrant out of the Flagstaff Justice Court on possession of narcotic drugs, drug paraphernalia, criminal damage, and obstruction, refusing to provide your true name. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date if it hasn't already been done. Sir, ordinarily, when we get an out-of-county warrant, we just leave the warrant as it is, what they requested. But they wanted a $25,000 bond, and under circumstances, given the charges, I'm not going to follow that. So I'm making a security appearance of $2,500. I didn't think, based on the charges, $25,000 was the right amount, but that's their decision in the future, you know what I mean? But right now from here, if you post your bond, you better show up there, because obviously there might be some reason why they wanted such a high bond, okay? But I'm setting bond at $2,500, okay? All right, so, and also I forgot to tell you, your court date for arraignment hearing is October 2nd. That's later this week, at 8:30 in the Flagstaff Justice Court, okay? All right, step to your left. If you don't post bond, they'll come and pick you up.
So it's not released today?
If you post a $2,500 bond.
Oh.
Okay, it's better than $25,000. Okay, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Armand Crump. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Armand Crump, 09/20/1991.
Okay, you got 3 matters before me, and one's a bench warrant and 2 are probation violations. And the probation violations, looks like you're on probation for aggravated DUI on both, and you're alleged to have violated term 6 on both of them. Now, on both of them, I'm appointing a lawyer, and all right, you already have a lawyer on the bench warrant case. Okay, so in regard to the DUIs. Your court date will be October 6th at 201 West Jefferson for probation revocation arraignment hearing for both those matters. If you get out, this applies to all three of these matters. You have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You can't possess or consume any alcohol, can't possess any weapons, and you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Now, in regard to 2019-147 and 1430, your judge said bond amount of $250, security appearance bond, and the other one, 2021-124-107, was also $250. That's $500 right there. Now, I mentioned to you it's October 6th at 201 West Jefferson for that. Now, in the case in the bench warrant, that's also 2 counts of aggravated DUI, class 4 felony, 2 counts of aggravated DUI. That was based on suspension. The other one's based on 3rd DUI. You already have an attorney on that. And it's at 175 West Madison. And you have a status conference October 6th at 8:30 and a witness preliminary at this point, October 8th. So you can't be at 2 places at once. So let your lawyers know so there's not a warrant on the other one.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, they're going to be combined.
So, yeah, so they,
But I just want to let you know, it's both scheduled at the same time. So make sure. There's no, I always say, better be safe than sorry. Mention to your lawyer, even though he or she will probably know about it. Just make sure they know about it, okay?
Okay.
If you don't post the, and by the way, bond is $2,000 on that security appearance bond. Okay, that was set by your judge. So if you don't, if you post your bond, you got to be in both places at the same time. So you let your lawyers know about that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Step to your left, please.
Bring fine number 1 and 2, please. Towards the bottom.
Oh no, why? Because I was put over 2 o'clock and she already put all the release conditions on it. Okay. It was 2 and 7, right?
1 and 2.
Oh, they changed numbers on me for a second, okay. See, sometimes it shows at 7, sometimes it shows at 2. You know what I mean? Okay. Show them sign now?
You still need to sign number 2.
Try again. So for this color, it's still number 1, but on here it shows as number 7.
Okay, it looks like it updated.
7 and 22, actually. Is that what you wanted, Mr. Madden?
1 and 2, Mr. Madden.
Yeah, I'm saying, on my calendar here, it's showing 7 and 22.
Right.
Okay. All right, you got it all set now, okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Shaquille Rice? Good afternoon, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Shaquille Rice, 04/29/1993.
92, you said?
93.
Oh, 93, okay. Give me 1 second, sir. All right, you have a charge at a Peoria City Court. The address will be in your paperwork here. You're charged with disorderly conduct and assault. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date, which will be on October 2nd at 9 o'clock at Peoria. You're not to return to the scene of alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. You can return 1 time to the scene of alleged crime with a police officer on a civil standby to pick up your personal effects. Bond is set as security appearance bond of $1,000. Okay, so you post bond, make sure you show up in Peoria on October 2nd. All right. Kayla Kelly. Your name and date of birth, please.
Kayla Kelly, 1/27/1997.
Okay, you have a bench warrant on your possession of dangerous drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. You're already having a lawyer on that. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference October 6th at 8:30 and a witness plum hearing on October 8th, right? Bond was set by your judge in the amount of $500. Post your bond, you make sure you show up there, or else you could lose your bond, and a warrant would issue. All right, step to your left, please. Donovan Reese Espinosa.
Hello.
Oh, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Donovan Edward Reese Espinosa, September 6, 1995.
Okay, so you got two matters. One's a probation violation. Looks like you're on probation for attempted criminal damage, class 6 felony. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. I appoint a lawyer for you. You'll be at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th at 8:30 for revocation arraignment hearing. If you get out, contact your probation, and these will apply in both cases. Get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. And don't initiate contact with the victim or victims of the original case. And bond was set by another judge in the amount of $250. Now, you have a new case here. 2025 139324. Okay, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drugs paraphernalia, tampering with physical evidence, and obstructing a highway or a public highway.
There's 3 charges?
Pardon?
There's 3 charges?
Well, one's a probation violation, but on the new charges, it's dangerous drugs, drug paraphernalia, tampering with physical evidence, obstructing a highway. All right. Now, I'm appointing a lawyer for you on that. Same thing I told another gentleman. These charges will be at 175 West Madison. You'll have a status conference at 8:30 on October 6th, a witness film hearing on October 8th. Talk to your lawyer about that, because you won't be at the both your probation violation and the status conference will be in 2 different buildings at the same time. So talk to your lawyer about that.
Okay.
Bond is set in the amount of $250 on that. And otherwise the same release conditions. Right?
So 500 altogether and I get out?
Yep, and make sure you make both court dates.
Okay, thank you.
Both places. All right, step to your left. All right, Marcus Crowley.
Marcus Crowley, September 19th, 1984.
All right, you have 2 probation violations here. On both of them, you're alleged to have violated terms 4 and 7. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on both of them. You'll have your next court date for probation revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th at 8:30. And let's see here. In regard to 2022-111435, your judge there has set bond amount of $250. In 2023-130506, your judge set bond amount of $200, so it's a total of $450. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You got to show up for court. No drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, and no weapons. Okay? So step to your left, please. Giovanni Hernandez. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Giovanni Hernandez, March 27th, 1994.
All right, sir. You're on probation. You got a probation violation for aggravated assault, domestic violence, a Class 6 open. You know what that means, a Class 6 open? It means if you successfully complete probation, it's probably going to be treated as a misdemeanor. Otherwise, it's a felony.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That means make sure you do successfully complete probation. So you got this warrant here, it's not a good sign, so I'm just sort of mentioning this friendly comment.
Okay.
Okay. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your revocation arraignment hearing will be October 6th at 8:30, 201 West Jefferson. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. Don't possess or consume any alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim on this case. All right. No ifs, ands, and buts about that. You're alleged to have violated terms 10 and 15, which alleging contact with her or her family. So a bond was set by your judge in the amount of $250, secured appearance bond. All right? So you post your bond, make sure you show up, or else a warrant would issue, and you could lose your bond. All right? Step to your left. Dominique Jackman.
Hello.
Good evening. Your name and date of birth.
Dominique Jackman, October 27th, 1985.
Oh, okay. You are charged with aggravated DUI, having a passenger under 15 in your vehicle, basic DUI, DUI with a .04. You know what I mean by basic DUI? Okay. Okay. That was cutting it short, but anyway. 2 counts of extreme DUI. I already mentioned I already mentioned .08 or more. Another one, .15 to .20. Another one, .2 or more. Okay. Your court dates, first of all, your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix. Status conference on October 14th at 8:30, and witness preliminary hearing October 16th at 8:30. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. I'm releasing you to pretrial services. Okay. Which means you're going to get a packet. Read it carefully because you have to contact them. You'll be subject to drug testing. All right. Now, if in terms of they don't have enough more information in regard to that, well, just show up at court. I can't tell you exactly what might happen about the test results. Okay. Okay. So it's possible it might get scratched and then refile it later on. So always check your mail in case that happens. But better to show up for court, just play it safe, okay?
Okay, and the court dates is on the paper?
It'll take about, remember to read the part about pretrial services, about contacting them. But it'll probably be about 4 hours before you get out. Okay?
Thank you.
Janet Jackson. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Janet Jackson, 11/10/54.
All right, you are charged with possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 4 and a class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street. It's a condition of release. You've got to show up for court. October 14th at 8:30 for a status conference. Witness preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30. No drugs without a valid prescription. You'll be released to pretrial services. Read the packet. You'll have to contact them, make sure you're in compliance with them, and make sure you do your drug testing as they require. If not, you'll have a warrant, you'll be back here. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You'll be out in a few hours. Sherwin Peralta? So your name and date of birth, please.
Sherwin Peralta, 7/16/1989.
Okay, sir, you are charged with aggravated DUI. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date will be October 14th at 8:30 for a status conference. A witness preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. No alcohol. You're not possessing alcohol. No drugs without a valid prescription. You'll be released to pretrial services also with alcohol testing. So read your packet carefully, make sure you're in contact with them, and get their testing as required. Best to show up for court because, assuming it doesn't get scratched, but better be safe than sorry and make sure it's there because if they scratch it, it's a good chance you'll be discharged later on. So you'd want to read your mail, but you'll talk to your lawyer then. Okay?
All right, thanks.
You'll be out in a few hours. All right, Justin Madden. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Justin Michael Madden, 1291.
You were originally on the 2 o'clock calendar, but it's put over there to see if there's some more information. You have probation violation and, the new case is charging you with possession of dangerous drugs for sale, possession of narcotic drugs for sale, those are class 2 felonies, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, both class 4 felonies, drug paraphernalia, and resisting arrest, okay? Based on the limited information we have here, there's no probable cause can be found at this time. Sir, you can contact the court to see whether something's been filed, because just because we don't find probable cause here doesn't mean charges won't be filed, okay? October 14th for status conference, there's a phone number on your paperwork to call just to see what's going on. October 14th at 8:30 for a status conference, witness preliminary hearing on October 16th at 8:30. All right, so you're getting released on that because there's no probable cause. Now, in the same thing with the probation violation, I'm appointing a lawyer for you on that one. Check with court admin. October 6th, 8:30. That's at 201 West Jefferson, different building. Okay, but because we couldn't, it was your violation was based on committing new offenses. We can't find probable cause. You'll be released on this also. Okay, but make sure you show for court. Okay, both courts. All right. So just because we're not finding probable cause, I want to emphasize, doesn't mean you won't be charged with these things.
Okay, both courts
So
the same day?
I recommend you, next day or so, contact your probation officer.
Okay.
Okay?
Are both courts the same day?
What?
Both court dates the same day?
No.
Okay.
One's October 6th, and the other one's, I think, October, where is it? It'll be on your paper, October 14th, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Cameron Bonifaci. Hold on 1 second. Cameron Bonifaci Gallup. All right. Your name and date of birth, please.
Cameron Bonifaci, 11/12/1982.
You got a warrant out of Desert Ridge Justice Court on driving license suspended. Assume you didn't. Was it worth staying here?
No. Not even kind of.
Then show up for court.
Indeed.
Will be October 20th, listen to me, October 20th at 1:30, Desert Ridge Justice Court. Your address will be on your paperwork. You better be there. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, which is better than the $800 bond, right?
Thank you, sir.
So be smart and take care of it, all right?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. When the other officer comes, let's take a break so she can take care of some of these folks now, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Well, actually, we can do Dara Soak, okay?
Yeah, no, thank you. Your Honor, would you like him to step into?
Yeah, he can have him, Mr. Soak can come out here, yeah.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Okay. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
My name is Dara Soak. Date of birth is 2/4/1985.
Okay, sir, you're charged in the El Mirage City Court. The address will be on your paperwork. You have to show up there, okay?
Yes.
For criminal damage, class 2 misdemeanor. Your court date there will be on October 14th at 8:30. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim. You can return to the scene of the crime once, listen to this carefully. So you can't go back there, you can't contact her, initiate contact with her, but this is why I've added a little thing here. You can return one time to the scene of the alleged crime with a police officer on civil standby to pick up your personal effects. Now, this is what I've also added. You may return to the scene of the alleged crime and or initiate contact with the alleged victim with the written permission from the alleged victim.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, because she's the mother of my kids.
I know. I'm just well, that's why it's domestic violence.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm just telling you. I'm giving you, if you get written permission, you can contact her.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, read your paperwork carefully.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But anyway, she's the one that
well, I always recommend to people not to talk about the facts of the case today. Everything's recorded. You'll be released on your own recognizance October 14th at 8:30
Okay.
at El Mirage. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Byrne.
It's Judge.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
No, he's on the 8th. Okay. Hi. Everybody good? Everybody but Scudder and Ramirez, step back.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's see, Mr. Scudder. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Kendrick Dion Scudder Jr., 8/13/2003.
All right, sir, you are charged with one count of kidnapping, one count of attempted sexual assault, and one count of aggravated assault. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Mass Street, 8:30 for a status conference on October 6th. At this point, a witness preliminary hearing is October 8th at 8:30. That may change. Your lawyer will explain that to you. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. Okay.
Yes,
if you are able to post the bond, okay, by the way, give me 1 second here. You'll have an ankle bracelet put on you with a curfew. You can only leave home during hours approved by pretrial services. Okay. The state was asking for a $250,000 cash bond. I'm making it a $100,000 cash bond. All right. So step to your left, please.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
How much is the bond?
$100,000 cash.
Okay.
The state wanted $250,000, but okay. All right. Xavier Ramirez.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Xavier Ramirez, 11/07/1996.
Okay, sir, you've got two matters before me. Number one is charge of sexual assault, class 2 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date for that one will be 175 West Madison Street. Status conference October 6th at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. If you happen to be able to get out, you'd have to contact your probation officer in 72 hours. That applies to both things. If you are able to post your bond, you'll also have an ankle bracelet with the curfew hours. You can only leave home during hours set forth or approved by pretrial services. State was requesting $150,000 cash bond. I'm making the bond $125,000 cash only. However, in your probation violation, looks like you're on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on that. This one you'll be at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th. and which is the same time as the other case, so talk to your lawyers about it, make sure they know about it. So it's October 6th at 8:30 for a status conference, I'm looking at the wrong one, I'm sorry. I told you October 6th and October 8th. On the probation violation, which I appointed a lawyer for you, your court dates will be October 6th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. Same release conditions as the other ones, except pursuant to Rule 7.2C and 27.6 of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure, you'll be held without bond. You can, at this time, you can talk to your lawyer, you can make an application in your courts, see if bond can be set. All right, step to your left, please. We are off the record. We're all done, right? Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Giselle, thank you very much. But I don't understand the one case where I said, pretrial services said it was submitted on page 2 on the probation violation. Yeah. And usually when they say that, we have it, and we put them all together. That's why I was surprised. I know. But thinking just gets in the way, right? Take care. And thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice evening. I'm not coming in, so you're in. Three Monday. Okay. Next thing I have is, really, at training. I'm a learning for Espanol. No, that's why I love you. And I really. The ID count. Was that the office? I don't know which one it is. Oh, no. All right.
All right, please be seated. Any changes?
So just the one.
Yes.
And can you turn it on?
Yes, yes, I'm.
Oh, please be seated. You didn't hear me, I guess. All right, good evening, everybody. This is the 8 o'clock calendar. It's September 28th, 2025. The court orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. When I call your name, you'll come to the podium, stand behind the podium, give me your name and your date of birth. I'm not going to set forth all of your release conditions, but they will be on your paperwork so you can review them. At a minimum, they will say no, don't drive without a valid driver's license and no drugs without a valid prescription. For some of you, I've set bond as a security appearance bond. You can contact a bail bondsman. It's my understanding they do collect calls. On some of the walls of the jail, there are names and numbers of bonding companies. If you're unable to find one or need assistance, I'm sure one of the officers will be glad to assist you in directing you that way. All right. Mr. Nava, do you want to go first? Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. How have you been?
Fine. I say if you're ready, I figured we'd just give you the courtesy going first, and the date is appearing online.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay. This is number 5, by the way. Okay. Okay, sir, this is the only time I'm going to speak to you directly, okay? So just give me your name and your date of birth, please.
Chandler Sutherland, July 7, 1998.
Okay. And now, counsel.
Good evening, Your Honor. Armando Knopf, Mr. Sutherland. Would you waive any reading? I would like
and you have filed a notice of appearance, by
Yes,
the
Your
way.
Honor.
And let me just, the state announce their appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Stephen Garcia on behalf of the state. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay. And you can hear us clearly, correct?
The state can, Your Honor, yes.
And you could hear Mr. Nava?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I just want to make sure about that. Never assume anything in regard to that. Okay, sir, when I said that's probably the last time I was speaking to you directly, it's because Mr. Nava's here and he's representing you, and he's your spokesperson. So that's why I'm speaking generally to him. So at any time you want to ask questions, you can ask of him privately. You'll step away from the microphone, which is right there, okay? All right. All right, sir, you are charged with aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony. I couldn't erase it by the fact that by appointing it to counsel. I don't know how to, I tried doing it before. But I put in Mr. Nada's name. Okay, so it's either the form says, you know, another office, but you're listed as the attorney of record.
Yes, sure.
Okay, it's just a technicality. I couldn't get it wiped off. All right. Let me just do some preliminaries, and we'll talk about release conditions. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference, October 6th at 8:30. Now, at this point, there's a witness preliminary hearing set for October 8th at 8:30. Now, that's tentatively scheduled. Mr. Nava will explain to you outside this courtroom what I mean by it's tentatively scheduled, because I can anticipate something else. Okay. All right. Obviously, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. You're not to possess any weapons. Okay. Okay. Let me hear from the state first in regard to requested release conditions. I will tell you, I had a figure in mind before I'm hearing from the parties here in regard to it, but I certainly want to hear from both sides. Okay. Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state is requesting $25,000 secured appearance bond. The state is unaware of any convictions for the defendant. There are several relatively recent arrests. It appears those matters were dismissed. But, Your Honor, it does appear that in the underlying matter, fairly serious, the defendant and another individual went up to the victim at a Fry's supermarket. Essentially, it appears from the Form 4 that the defendant would have been the one who physically assaulted the victim, who dropped his car keys, and that the second perpetrator drove away with the car. So.
I thought, by the way, one thing I was confused about that, I was thinking that was a third person. Am I incorrect about that?
With my reading, Your Honor, I read 2.
Okay, I thought that it's alleged to be 2, Mr. Nava's going to speak about that in a moment. My impression was 2 people confront the alleged victim. I think his name was Damien, drops keys, and then one of the 2 individuals pick it up, or no, someone comes from from the fry store and then drives away. I think one word was in the Form 4 was confusing. It made it seem like the alleged victim drove the car away, but I think my impression was it was a third party. Okay, so but either way, continue on, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I can see the confusion. I think the word that was used in the Form 4 was confronted by 2 suspects, and then eventually a third possibly would have driven away in the victim's vehicle. But my reading, Your Honor, which again is just my reading and my interpretation, is that 2 people confronted the victim. My interpretation was one was the person who physically assaulted him, and the other was the person who drove away with the vehicle. But in any event, Your Honor, the victim was attacked and his vehicle was stolen. Broad daylight, Fry's supermarket, fairly serious. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Nava, by the way, Ms. Garcia, Mr. Nava was agreeing with my assessment of the third party, just since you can't, I don't think you can see us, I don't think you're on Teams, so I thought I just mentioned.
I could tell he was with you, Your Honor.
Okay, you can see him as part of team on the telecast, I guess. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I can.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. And yes, I would agree with the court's reading that there were 3 individuals, and that is I can venture that to the court, Your Honor, and make that a vow. Okay. I would just remind the court that the rules of criminal procedure say that a person must be released on their own recognizance unless the court makes a finding that there are other additional conditions that are really necessary to assure his appearance or protect the victim or any other person or community from risk of harm. As far as assuring his appearance in court, he self-surrendered, Your Honor. I've been his attorney for a very long time.
Wait 1 second. I'm surprised that wasn't mentioned in the Form 4.
So at the very end of the Form 4, and it is kind of mentioned vaguely, Your Honor.
Let me see.
But yes, it said that he surrendered himself today. But the actual events were on Thursday.
He did, by the way. He turned himself in at police headquarters.
Yes, and Your Honor, it was on Wednesday that the police went looking for him. I was immediately retained. I contacted Detective Nelson of the Phoenix Police Department. I asked Detective Nelson if it would be okay if we could self-surrender on Monday, and Detective Nelson said that was perfectly fine. Now, to me, that does not sound like somebody is a danger to either the victim or to the community, because if we were a danger, I would think that Phoenix Police would want to come in right away, and we would have done so. But Detective Nelson said, nope, Monday is fine. In fact, 10 a.m. Monday, perfectly okay. So that's what we did. We showed up at Phoenix headquarters today with my client's family, turned ourselves in with no issues, no problems whatsoever. This is a person who immediately hired an attorney who has never had any failures to appear at any court dates, who is going to be at his court date with my assistance. So there are no other conditions that are necessary to secure his appearance. A bond does nothing but punish him, Your Honor, for a crime to which he is presumed innocent. Again, there is no reason to believe that the no contact order from this court is going to be something that he doesn't follow. That is more than sufficient to protect the victim. But even if the court found that it was not, the court must impose the least onerous conditions of release as set forth in Rule 7.3c. So if the court did not believe that OR was sufficient to protect Damien, then we would venture that pretrial services, again, is more than sufficient. But Mr. Sutherland has always complied with court orders. He has an attorney who will make sure that he complies with those court orders, and he knows that he is not to appear and will follow them. So there is nothing in the record to suggest that he would not. I also want to bring up that my client does have a mental health condition, which he is currently under treatment for. My concern...
But not SMI.
Not SMI, Your Honor, no. He has been hospitalized before, but he's not SMI. He has a bipolar disorder, which he takes Devo Pro X. He has a mood stabilizer called lampondrogene, which he takes, and then he also has an anxiety medication, which he takes in periods of high stress. My concern, too, is if he were needlessly held, which the rules don't require, that this could disrupt his current medication. He has been great with his medication, and so that is my concern. I also would point out, too, I don't know that probable cause truly exists, Your Honor, because my client's intent was never to steal anything or rob anything from this person. What we have is an assault, and then somebody else, unbeknownst to my client, took something. So my client's intent was never to coerce the surrender of property or use force to surrender property. My client's intent was an assault, Your Honor. So I don't know that probable cause exists. Now, I know that that's not necessarily what we're here, but I think the court should take that into consideration when determining release conditions, because if this does turn out to just be a misdemeanor filing, a $25,000 bond seems especially ludicrous. So for all those reasons, Your Honor, I think that OR release is more than sufficient, but if the court believes that more is necessary to protect the victim, then we think that release to pretrial services will do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Ms. Knob, I just want to tell you my own pet peeve in regard to this when people say, well, he's hired his own attorney. I guess his family did. And I think that's discriminatory because for people who can't afford an attorney, this doesn't make him any worse a person. And so I have, my feeling is that's not an argument that appeals to me. It just means a person either has assets or family has assets, they can hire an attorney. That in of itself, having been represented people in the past many years ago, I've seen situations, some people show up and some people don't, and they can have best of natures. But I just want to mention, I appreciate your comments and just reminding me about the fact he turned himself in. Mr. Garcia, anything you want to add in response to Mr. Nava's comments?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, only that the state's concern here is the welfare and the danger to the community posed by the defendant remaining in the community. I understand mental health is a concern. I don't know if that would ameliorate or aggravate the potential for any danger to the community, but that's where the state's concern is at. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, I agree. Mental health illness is both a mitigating factor and an aggravating factor. Who knows? We don't have we can't see into the future in regard to this. Before I heard from both parties, I was inclined to do $25,000, but now I think that is that high amount is not necessary. Like Mr. Nava said, it's basically a two-pronged approach in terms of setting bond. One is what the court feels that the likelihood of someone will appear in court, and also danger, the risk to a victim. I know that's not stating that properly, but it's the gist of it. He's turned himself in. Mr. Nava arranged with Mr. Nava has appeared before me in the past. So it's been many years since I retired from the Superior Court, but I accept his avowal totally in regard to that. I think it's a positive thing, and so he turned himself into, as you said, Detective Nelson from Phoenix PD. It's a very positive thing because obviously he arranged at a certain time, and I'll consider that as a factor. But obviously there's the aspect from the victim in regard to this. So I'm going to hybrid it a little bit, but I still think that bond is necessary in regard to this. And sir, I must tell you, but from Mr. Nava's presentation, it would be substantially higher in regard to this. Give me a second here. Who does he live with, Mr. Nava?
Your Honor, he currently lives with his cousin, Deontay Riggs.
Okay. Let me just want to want to check one more thing in regard to this. Appreciate everyone else being accommodating me so I can look these over. This was cousin Deontay, okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. He's lived here in Arizona for just 2 years. And he must be from a different state, because I'm looking at his mobile number.
Your Honor, he's been here longer than 2 years.
That's what pretrial services said here.
It's been a little bit longer. I don't know, that must be incorrect.
He's from Illinois, that's.
Right, he is originally from Illinois, Your Honor, but he does have family here. In addition to his cousin, his aunt is also here, who he previously lived with, and his aunt was the one who brought him to turn himself in this morning.
Okay. And is he working? I don't want to, I can always look back at it, but let me see. No, apparently. Unemployed, not in school, no, not a primary caregiver.
Been training, yeah, Your Honor, he's currently training, so he's a boxer, so he's been training in that regard. So that's why he's not working at the moment. He's been focusing on that.
That's rather tentative, uncertain future of just being a boxer.
I agree,
obviously, especially someone who has mental illness and pounding of the head, not necessarily the best thing, but.
And Your Honor, you and I have had that conversation as well.
Okay. Okay. So I had a little thing in regard to, since I'm reducing the bond, I'm going to reduce it to $5,000 security appearance bond, but I'm also going to require electronic monitoring. That we can monitor it. So it'll be a curfew. Times you can leave your home be determined by pretrial services. When the officer's going to give you a packet, so you'll be able to know when those hours are. Generally, that's only done during the day, though. I think that satisfies the statute in regard to this. Definitely a positive Mr. Novice brought up in terms of his showing up for court by the fact he arranged self-surrender and he did this, and that is mentioned in the Form 4. We also have to look at the facts of the case. Obviously, Mr. Novice, you have one version of it. The state's going to have a different one. The jury, if it goes to trial, will have to make that determination because it's not a minor situation. In a serious situation there in regard to it. That's why I'm still keeping the bond, but I also want to make sure he's being monitored by pretrial services. Anything else from either side?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, no, Your Honor. Okay, if you need more time to talk to him, you can talk to him back there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Delroy Jasper. So your name and date of birth, please.
My name is Delroy Jaspers, and my date of birth is 5/30/1985.
Okay. Sir, you were indicted by a grand jury for charges of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I am, give me 1 second here. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates, you have an arraignment here, not guilty arraignment at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 in the morning on October 7th. Now, when they did a return of after your indictment, another judge made a finding that you'd be held without bond because the fact that you were indicted shows that there was probable cause. And I would note that you were out on release, I believe, since April 11th in CR 2025-000321. These acts are alleged to have occurred on May 29th, 2025. You're going to have an evidentiary hearing on October 7th, the same day, but at 1:30, same courthouse. Your lawyer will explain that to you. It'll be an evidentiary hearing to decide whether bond can be set. But right now, there'll be no bond. You'll be held without bond.
Am I going to get a public defender?
No. You're getting a court-appointed attorney. You just won't be a public defender.
Yeah. Still, I got one more question.
Sure.
You know if I can ask for a Prop 200?
Well, I know what you're talking. To be honest with you, I don't know, let me see if I can figure that out. I may not be able to with limited information, by the way.
Because that's my first time, so.
Okay, hold on one second. Well, that goes to the issue in terms of, for sentencing, by the way, okay? It's something you'll talk to your lawyer about it. Well, I can just tell you, another judge has made a finding about that, and I don't have enough information about it, okay? So that's something you can talk with your lawyer about, all right?
Am I going to get a paper?
What? Yeah, they'll hand you the paperwork. Okay. Anita Magruder? Give me 1 second. Is this seat appearing on anything else? No, okay. All right, ma'am, your name and date of birth, please.
Anita Magruder.
Okay. And is your date of birth 1179?
Yes.
Okay. You're speaking softly, so I thought I'd just preempt you and just ask you.
Yes.
Okay. You are charged with one count of armed robbery, a Class 2 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date will be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference, October 6th at 8:30. There's a, at this point, it's a witness preliminary hearing scheduled for October 8th at 8:30. You'll talk to your lawyer about that. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. All right, not to possess any weapons. I'm setting a security appearance bond of $35,000. I would tell you this, though, in regard to this, Ms. Magruder, the state was asking for $75,000. I'm thinking 35 is more appropriate. So step to your left, please. Officers? Take care. Okay. Kyle Madison? Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Kyle Madison, 12/24/1988.
You are charged with aggravated. Give me 1 second. You are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, Class 3 felony, and misdemeanor of disorderly conduct. I am appointing a lawyer for you on that. You're set for 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix for a status conference on October 6th at 8:30 and a witness preliminary hearing on October 8th at 8:30. You're not to possess any weapons. You're not to consume any alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Based on what I've read in the police report and your past record, that's why I'm doing that. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. All right. Now, if I didn't tell you this already, your court date is at 175 West Madison at 8:30, October 6th. And witness preliminary hearing, that's a status conference, so witness preliminary hearing is October 8th at 8:30. State wanted $75,000. I think they wanted it to be, they wanted $75,000 cash bond. I'm making a security appearance bond amount of $50,000, so you can go to a bonding company. All right, step to your left, please. Jared Torres. So your name and date of birth, please.
Jared Torres, July 1st, 2004.
What do you hear, besides these charges, what do you hear on also?
What case are you talking about right now?
What?
Oh, what case are you talking about?
Okay, before you were arrested, page 2 on this, these new charges, you've been in custody since March 29th, correct? What have you been in custody for?
So I got grand jury indicted on a 2023 case. And then for my second case, they're just changing a charge.
Okay, that's it.
It's not really a new charge, they're just updating it.
That answers that question. Okay. You are charged by grand jury indictment for acts alleged to March 28th, 25. That makes sense what you were saying, okay. And I don't remember, I didn't look it up, but I don't know which charges were added, okay. That's generally what happens. Charged with possession for sale of narcotic drugs, Class 2 felony, transportation and or sale of narcotic drugs, Class 2 felony, transport or sale of marijuana, Class 3 felony, possession of marijuana for sale, Class 4 felony, possession or use of a weapon or drug offense, Class 4 felony, misdemeanor disorderly conduct, and carrying a deadly weapon, being under 21 years of age. Though you're now 22.
21.
No, you're 21, I mean.
Yeah.
You're 21 now. Okay. I'm appointing a lawyer you already have a lawyer, but I assume it's the same one. Let me double check that, by the way. Is it the same lawyer? There's no change of lawyer, right? I'll take a look. Okay.
Yeah, it's still the same one.
Okay, let's play it safe. Let me just look. I know what I've got to do. Who do you think your attorney is?
Rachel?
Yeah, okay. Let me just double check one thing here. Yeah, it's staying the same. Okay, just want to double check on that, okay? Anyway, obviously not initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. Hold it. That doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, let me go back. Yeah. You not initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims. I don't know anything about the facts of the case, so I put that in there. You not to possess any weapons. All right. At the return, this is based on a grand jury indictment, and they have to return the indictment. Another judge set bond for you in the amount of $50,000 security appearance bond. Okay. All right. So obviously, Rachel, I can't remember her last name, but you'll talk to her about things. All right. Step to your left, please. Marcus Lewis.
How are you?
All right, sorry. Your name and date of birth, please.
Marcus John Lewis, 9/14/1968.
Okay, you're here on 2 bench warrants, and apparently on both of them, you didn't show up for the trial management conference. That's why the judge issued a warrant. Okay, I always recommend to people they don't talk this case because everything's been recorded, it could be used against you, and over the years, I've seen people say things that lawyers grimace about, so I can't stop people from talking, but I always recommend they don't talk about it. And because in your case, your assigned judge set the bonds. I'm not setting the bond, just what your assigned judge did, which I thought was interesting because in one count, one of the cases, 2024-137-125, it's 2 counts of aggravated DUI, suspended or revoked, 1 count of ag DUI of passenger under 15, another one ag DUI with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or more with a passenger under 15. And the other one, I believe, is just an aggravated DUI being a suspended thing. And interesting, it didn't show up, because the judge, by the way, said bond, both of them each $5,000 cash, $10,000 cash. So you can talk to your lawyer about trying to speak to your judge about that. But to me, it was interesting because you'd gotten a pretrial services report that you were in compliance, which I thought was interesting about that. But I don't know if you knew about that or not. They submitted a report that you were complying with pretrial services, which is a positive thing, but you'll talk to your lawyer about it. But that's a situation. That's why I mentioned to your judge set that bond. Okay? All right. Take care. Your court date, by the way. No alcohol, of course. And you'll be back for a status conference at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th at 8:30. All right. Step your left, please, sir. Steve Slaughter. Good evening, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Stephen Slaughter, 9/18/58.
Okay, I just want to double check one thing, okay? You were indicted by a grand jury, and what they put on the counter, it looks, some wording looks totally different, and it is. So you're charged with aggravated assault, dangerous, Class 3 felony, impersonating a peace officer, Class 4 felony, and misconduct involving weapons, Class 1 misdemeanor. They're alleged to have occurred October 15th, 2023, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Now, on the return of the indictment, another judge set bond for you in the amount of a security appearance bond of $5,000. Okay. Carrying a deadly weapon is failure to admit you had a weapon on you. Okay. I appoint a lawyer for you. Your court date will be a arraignment hearing on October 7th at 8:30, 175 West Madison. Obviously, you cannot initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. You're not to possess any weapons. Okay.
I don't even know who they are.
I don't. See, when you get an indictment, I don't have. It's just being open tonight, and so I can't even look in the computer to see what the indictment.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I don't know that.
I understand.
So very limited. So that's what I'm saying. I know the judge has already reviewed it. Okay.
Might I humbly ask you something real quick?
Sure.
I have been detained through 3 different jails in the last 2 days, and no one has allowed me to call my attorney, including this one. And I have not been able to. I wanted to have my own attorney.
Okay.
They won't give me a phone call.
In my direction, you allow him an opportunity to call his attorney. Though at this time of night, good luck.
No, I know it's too late now, but
please leave a message.
Am I able to get out on bond tonight?
If you post bond, yeah.
Because they also shorted me on my medicine for my heart.
Okay, 2 things. Obviously, direct maybe the medical team can talk to him tonight also, right. And also, do you want this officer is very nice. I'm sure she can probably arrange for you to make.
They all have been.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's their building. You know, it's their decision. But
no, I understand.
Recommendations. Okay.
I'm just a little bit out of it. That's
okay.
All.
Right. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir.
Danny Moody. Good evening, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
I'm 2/20/59, Danny Moody.
Okay, sir. You've got a warrant at the St. John's Justice Court. I'm not sure which county that is.
Yeah.
St. John's. It's not in Maricopa. Let's say that way. So generally, we follow the directives when it's out of county. Okay. It's for failure to appear, leaving the scene of an accident with damage, and speed not reasonable imprudence. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date. If it hasn't already been done, you'll be at that court. The address will be on your paperwork. October 2nd at 8:30 for arraignment hearing, and they directed that you be held on a security appearance bond of $1,500. You're not to initiate contact with any alleged victim. Okay? All right, cuff your luck, please. Timmy Roschek. Your name and date of birth, please.
Timothy Raksek, 3/22/91.
I'm glad I pronounced your name correctly then. All right, so you got 4 matters before me. 3 of them are probation violations. On all your cases, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Now, you'll be in the probation violations. Initially, you'll be in a different building than the other charge, but ultimately be combined into one. So make sure you talk to your lawyer lawyers to make sure they know about the probation violations. All right. Mm-hmm. So now let's just make it simple here. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I already mentioned to appoint a lawyer for you. On your probation violations, you'll be at 201 West Jefferson or scheduled on October 6th at 8:30 for a revocation arraignment hearing. This applied to all 4 cases. You're not to possess any weapons, no possession or consumption of alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. And if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Okay? In CRS 2023-142141, which are on probation, possession of dangerous drugs, your judge set bond amount of $750. Same thing, a bond was set amount of $750. 2023-136117, you're on probation for possession of narcotic drugs. In 2023-130906, you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs. Your judge set bond amount of $1,500. Okay, so that's total there about $3,000. Now you have a new case, an arrest warrant out of, okay, let me get to that. 2025-112779, possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, appoint a lawyer for you. Now here's where it is. You'll have a status conference on October 6th at 8:30 and a witness film hearing on October 8th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison. My guess is I'll bring you to the Madison Street address first. So talk to your lawyer and make sure they know about the probation violation. All right? Same release conditions. Bond on that one is $500. So your total bond is $3,500 as a security appearance bond, so you can go to the bondsman. All right? Step to your left, please. Rocky Villalba.
Your Honor, he's currently throwing up right now.
He's what?
He's throwing up right now.
Okay. Let me know if you want me to do it as a house call later. It's up to you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, just remind me about that, okay? Thank you.
Your Honor.
Nicole Murphy? Your name and date of birth, please.
It's Nicole Murphy, 9/15/81.
All right, you had a bench warrant at a Superior Court, possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30, status conference on October 6th, and witness preliminary hearing on October 8th. Okay, now you must obey any terms of any orders of protection or injunctions against harassment that have been issued or will be issued. Because I remember correctly, you have protective orders right now that expire in
Yeah.
December 29th.
The lady died.
What?
The lady that had the order of protection against me, she committed
You
suicide.
talk a little louder.
The lady that had gotten order of protection against me, she actually committed suicide not too long ago.
She had it quashed?
She committed suicide.
Oh, well, then that's,
Yeah.
okay, well, it just shows when it's in effect.
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
mentioned to you, it does not really have any say in regard to this or effect on this. Now, are you done with anything you were down in Gila County about?
I didn't have any new charges in Gila County.
They just arrested you there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I've been there since the 21st. I was on I was there because I was going to a drug program to get off this stuff.
Okay,
And
okay, I was just curious.
I got clean and everything.
Okay. Anyway, your bond on this one is $500 as you can go through a security appearance bond. Okay? But, all right, so step to your left, please. Cedric McGee? All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
1/16/1985.
All right, you had a bench warrant on a possession of dangerous drugs. You were having an attorney. You didn't show up for a status conference. That's why they issued the warrant. And your judge set bond and the security appearance bond of $500. Your court date will be October 6th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. All right, step to your left, please.
May I speak, Your Honor?
I can hear you.
May I speak? My intake for the...
Talk into the microphone now, okay.
My intake for the counseling that I was supposed to be doing, they
Okay, well, I'm sorry for interrupting, but let me just one other thing. This was set by your judge, okay? I don't know what his or her reasons were for the amount of the bond, whatever, okay? So that's something you should talk to your lawyer about, and they can address it with your assigned judge. Okay, I'm not gonna overrule a judge, because another judge, okay? Especially with less information than he or she or might have had, okay? Okay, so step to your left, please. William Warfield. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
William Wallace Warfield, February 5th, 1966.
You also have a bench warrant for failing to show up at a status conference. You already have an attorney. He'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on October 6th. Witness preliminary hearing set on October 8th, also at 8:30. And your judge set bond in the amount of a security appearance bond of $500 also.
Would that be for a mental health court? Mental health court?
No. Right now, it's scheduled in, according to $500. Talk to your lawyer, okay? Okay. Oh, well, sir, one other thing. Sir, if you get out, I want you to contact your case manager within 24 hours of release, okay? Amelia Vasquez. No. Your name and date of birth, please.
Amalia Vasquez, 8/12/94.
Likewise, you have a bench warrant out of Superior Court, and you already have an attorney. Likewise, you'll be in court at 175 West Madison Street, October 6th at 8:30. And likewise, your judge set bond amount of $500 security appearance bond. If you post your bond, make sure you show up, or else you could lose your bond and a warrant will issue. All right?
I'm homeless and
I can't hear you.
I'm homeless. I don't have any money.
Okay, that's why you'll talk to your lawyer, see if he or she will be able to accommodate you. But right now, your assigned judge set that bond. Okay?
So can I get relief?
Unless you post your bond, for the meantime, at least until October 6th, you'll stay in custody then.
But I've never been in custody before.
Well, you are now. That's why it was important for you, for people to show up for court. That's why it was a bench warrant.
Sir, I showed up for court. I showed up late. I was there at 3 o'clock, but it's because of my phone. I didn't have my email. They didn't let me see anybody. I signed up in the front office.
Well, let's put it this way. I know this is a deferred prosecution at one point, but this wasn't your first bench warrant. It was your second one, at least.
For the same thing.
Yeah. And in fact, you're on warrant status for a year. Okay. So step to your left, please.
But
step to your left, please. Officers, you can take them there. Eric Stewart. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Eric Stewart, April 1st, 1992.
All right, you're here on 2 probation violations. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I am appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 201 West Jefferson on October 6th at 8:30. In 2023-003-228, you're on probation for possession of narcotic drugs. In 2024-155003, you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs. And in regard to the one you're on probation for narcotic drugs, the 2023 case, your judge set bond the amount of $500, and the one you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs, 2024 case, bond was set at $100, so it's a total of $600. Security appearance bond. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No drugs without a valid prescription. You can't possess or consume any alcohol, and no weapons. All right? Step to your left, please. Benito Lopez. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please. Your name and date of birth.
Benito Lopez, September 25th, 1980.
All right, you were here on a probation violation warrant because you didn't show up at the non-witness violation hearing. You already had a lawyer, but you can have your non-witness violation hearing on October 6th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You can't possess any drugs without a valid prescription, no weapons, no possession or consumption of any alcohol. And so make sure if you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. Your judge set bond amount of $250. So your court dates are October 6th. All right, step at 8:30.
So I'm gonna be in court until I go to jail? I'm gonna be in jail until I go to court?
Unless you post your bond, you'll stay in until at least October 6th. All right, you gotta show up for court. All right.
I'm done? Is that it?
Alicia, get stuff over there. Alicia Winston Johnson.
Hello.
All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Alicia Winston Johnson, 11/20/2003.
Okay, you're on probation, I think it was for a class 1 misdemeanor on resisting arrest. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, 5, 7, and 15. Your court, and I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll be at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th, 8:30. That's in Phoenix, of course. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No drugs without a valid prescription. Your judge set bond and a security appearance bond of $100. Okay? If you can push your bond, make sure you show up for court. Okay? Step to your left, please. Xavier Clark.
Hi.
Your name and date of birth, please.
I'm Xavier, February 1st, 1987.
Xavier Clark, 22197?
Yeah.
Okay. You're here on a probation violation. On the paperwork, it says it's a class 1 misdemeanor, but I was looking at the petition to revoke here. You actually have a class 6 open offense. You're in probation for criminal damage. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 5, and 15. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date will be at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th at 8:30. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You can't possess or consume any alcohol or any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All right? Bond was set at $250 by your judge. All right, step to your left, please. Rochelle Arthur. Your name and date of birth, please.
Michelle Arthur, 12/22/91.
All right. You got a warrant out of the University Lakes Justice Court. You know where that is? Do you know where the University Lakes Justice Court is?
No.
That's a problem. That's why you have a warrant. The address will be in your paperwork. Your warrant for criminal trespass in the 2nd degree. All right. And I'll tell you this, they wanted a bond of $100 for you. Your court date will be October 14th at 1:30 at the University Lakes Justice Court. You can't return to the scene of alleged crime, initiate contact with alleged victim or victims, or complainant or witness. Just back in July, I think it was July 10th, another judge here in the jail court released you on the basis that you'd come back to court, but you didn't. Okay, you better, tell you what, if you want to keep going back to jail for the same charge over and over again for this misdemeanor, that's your decision. But I'll release you, but at this time, you'll be hanging out in a few hours, but if you're smart, you'll show up for court. You understand that?
I understand.
Okay, step to your left, please. It'll be about 4 hours before you get out. Richard Zambrano.
Richard Zambrano, 7/17/86.
Okay, give me 1 second, sir. You're here on a warrant out of the Country Meadows Justice Court. Your address will be there on your paperwork. You're in a criminal damage, class 1 misdemeanor charge. Show up for court, be smart.
So can I?
No, let me just finish first,
Okay,
because you
for
may
sure.
not want to say anything. Your next court is October 16th at 8:30. Unless you enjoy all the time here, you show up for court. You can't return to the scene of the alleged crime, contact any victims or complainants or witnesses in regard to that. As I said, they wanted a $545 bond. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Unless you want to, during your time here, I suggest you show up there. The address will be on your paperwork.
Okay, that was.
Still want to talk?
Yes, real quick, please.
Well, the point is, I also tell you,
No, I understand.
I hope you're not going to talk me out of releasing you.
No. It's just the address that they put. So a neighbor called.
But you tell them that. Don't
I
tell me.
told him that 3
Okay.
times.
Well, I can just say, make sure when you leave that court, you know exactly when to come back.
I got arrested last month for the same thing.
You see what I'm saying? Just, when you go to court, they'll give you a new court date. There'll probably be a piece of paper on it.
Okay.
That's your responsibility to make sure.
I understand that.
Okay?
I totally do.
Okay, but you'll be out in about 4 hours.
All right. Thank you.
Rick,
Your Honor, would you say
how's he feeling?
Rocky?
Rocky Villalba?
Yeah.
He's here now?
Yeah, it seems like he's done throwing up now.
He's still, or he's done?
He's done.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to make it a house call, we could.
Yeah, let's get it over with so he can get settled. Thank you.
Your Honor, Rocky, go. Okay.
Hang in there, okay? All right. So give me your name and your date of birth.
Rocky.
You have more than one name, right? Is it Rocky Villalba?
Yeah.
Okay, were you born in 6/16/95?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's yes, right? Is that a yes?
Rocky, yes or no?
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're on probation. The paperwork says it's a class 1 misdemeanor, but I believe that it's actually a class 6 open. Okay, take it back.
Okay, Rocky.
Actually, I'll just take one. I'll just put on the record, he's throwing up, so just so he'll be more comfortable, we'll do it as a house call. He's got revocation arraignment hearing on October 6th at 8:30. He's alleged to violate terms 3, 4, and 5. If he gets out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. His judge set bond amount of $1,500. Okay, I'll just see him as a house call. If the other officer wants to take him back, so we can just so you guys don't have to see that constantly.
Yeah, Your Honor, would you like him in a holding cell while you look at it? Or
What's best? What would you prefer?
if he was in GT before this,
Okay, I'll tell you what. Have him stay here, and we'll see him in a couple of minutes, maybe.
have him sit out here in the gallery, sir?
Yeah, just move the gallery, except for I'm just going to put on the record for Terrence Cochran, and then
Absolutely, thank you, Your Honor.
yeah, that might be better for you. Less. Okay. Okay. We're going to take everyone out, but Mr. Villalba, and I'll talk to him. Whatever works. We'll play it by ear on that. Okay. And number 9 and 10, Terrence Cochran. He's a house call because apparently he was disruptive. So that's why he's doing it as a house call. Got 2 Justice Court matters. Both out of University Lakes Justice Court. He also was seen here on July 10th and released, but both warrants, I'm going to, one is for criminal trespass in 2nd degree. The other one is for criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. His court dates will be October 14th at 1:30. I'm not appointing an attorney for him, but he'll be released on his own recognizance on both those matters. Okay. No, we have to do Mr. Villalba. Which one is? No, back on, because we're going to try it again. Okay. How's it look right now?
Your Honor, when he's sitting laying down.
What?
When he's sitting and laying down, Rocky, he's fine, it's just when he's.
Okay.
That's when he starts vomiting.
All right. We're back to, on the record, to Mr. Rocky Villalba, who identified himself. We're having him in the holding area. Can you hear me, sir? Yes? Okay. I've mentioned this already, I know, because you're basically vomiting constantly, so we're trying to accommodate you so you're a little more comfortable. I appointed a lawyer for you on your probation violation. Your court dates will be at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th at 8:30. It'll be on your paperwork. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, and 5. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. Can't possess any weapons, can't possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. You'll be in court at 201 West Jefferson, October 6th at 8:30. Bond was set in the amount of $1,500, security appearance bond. Were you able to hear me, sir? Yes, I heard him say yes. So we are in recess. Thank you so much, and I'll be with you
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 11 p.m. calendar on September 29th, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders remain in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you will be assigned an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded. So please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your legal counsel, so I can't answer legal questions for you. So please save your legal questions for your attorney. Finally, you're going to hear about lots of different dates and different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's how it's important to keep your paperwork and save it. Don't lose it. If you end up missing a court date or you don't follow a written court order, you could just end up back here. Here's how tonight's going to work. I'm going to call two names. The first name I call is going to come in the courtroom and stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar is finished. Could I please get Rashad Franklin to the podium? Jesus Hernandez to the chair, please. Would you lower your mask, please? Name and date of birth, please.
Rashad Franklin, 12/24/1979.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for robbery, a Class 4 felony, aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony, disobeying an order of the court, Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 6th and October 8th in the downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $15,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you cannot go back to the scene of the crime. No contact with the victim whatsoever. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders, you have to continue to follow the order of protection that's been put out against you. And again, you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever through any types of means, electronic or third party, even if they contact you first. You're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Why don't you step to your left for your paperwork, sir? Jesus Hernandez to the podium. Alberto Ayala to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
9/8/62.
Name, please.
Jesus Moreno Hernandez.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felony, 2 counts of transportation of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felony, 3 counts of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 6th and October 8th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a cash bond of $10,000. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. All right, sir, if you want to please go to your left for your paperwork. Alberto Ayala to the podium. Jacob Woodruff to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Alberto Ayala, 3/90.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 6th and October 8th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on supervised release. You're going to have an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you bond out, you cannot go back to the scene of the crime. That means your neighbor's house. No contact with any victim or witness. No contact with your mother. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork. Jacob Woodruff to the podium. Mark Adams to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
August 30th, 1998.
Name, please.
Jacob Aaron Woodruff.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is October 6th in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's $500 secured appearance on each one, so total $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. All right, sir, please step to your left for your paperwork. Mark Adams to the podium. Robert Bellamy to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
8/17/87.
Name, please.
Mark Adams.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a municipal court warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 6th and October 8th in the downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50. You also have a municipal court warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date is October 2nd. That's at the Peoria City Court. I am reducing your bond down to $100, so $150 for both of your cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Robert Bellamy to the podium. Louis Bradley to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Robert Bellamy, 9/30/82.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is October 6th in the downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $150. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Louis Bradley to the podium. Christopher Posey to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
11/4/89.
Name, please.
Louis.
Full name, please.
Louis Bradley.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. Possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 14th and October 16th in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. You're going to be on supervised release, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to appear on October 14 and October 16 at the downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them during normal business hours once you're out of custody. If you fail to call pretrial services, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Christopher Posey to the podium. Gabriela Martinez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Christopher Posey, 10/16/1996.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 14 and October 16 at the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. You're going to be on supervised release, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes.
Do Do you promise to follow all these conditions? Do you promise to appear on October 14 and October 16 at the downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for you?
Yes.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the Supervision and Pretrial Services. Sir, it's your responsibility. Hey, sir, it's your responsibility to call them during normal business hours once you're out of custody. If you fail to call pretrial services, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Please step to the left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Gabriela Martinez to the podium. Hi, is the interpreter on the line?
Yo soy Raela Barrera Martínez.
Hi, I'll be speaking to the defendant now. Would you please slowly and clearly state your full name and date of birth?
Raela Barrera Martínez.
Por favor, diga su nombre completo, claramente, y la fecha de nacimiento.
Raela Barrera Martínez, 8/20 del 70.
Could you please translate her
Gabriela
name?
Lara Martín.
Raela Barrera Martínez.
Gabriela
Barrera Martínez.
Thank you. You are here on a new case in the Superior Court.
Gracias. Está aquí en un nuevo caso de la Corte del Juzgado Superior, perdón.
You have been arrested for aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony.
Ha sido arrestada por robo agravado con un delito grave de clase 3.
I have found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney.
He encontrado una causa rentable y voy a asignar a un abogado.
I'm sorry, could you hold on for 1 second, please? The date's at number 14.
Un momento, por favor.
Take a reprint, please. Thank you. Okay, back on the record. I am assigning you an attorney, and your next court dates are October 6th and October 8th in the downtown Superior Court.
Estoy asignando un abogado y su próximo tribunal, las fechas son el 6 y el 8 de octubre en el Tribunal Superior del Centro de la Ciudad.
I'm setting a $10,000 bond.
Estoy fijando un bono de $10,000. Una fianza, disculpe, de $10,000.
If you're able to pay that bond and are released, you will be on supervised release and you will have an electronic ankle monitor.
Si usted puede pagar esa fianza y es liberada, estará en libertad supervisada y tendrá un monitor de tobillo eléctrico.
Furthermore, you cannot go back to the scene of the crime and you can have no contact with any victim or witness.
Además, no puede regresar a la escena del delito y ni tener contacto con una víctima o testigo.
You can also have no contact with any co-defendant. That means no contact with your son.
También no puede tener contacto con cualquier codependiente. Eso significa evitar el contacto con su hijo.
If both of you bond out, either you or your son, one of you has to move out.
Sorry, you cut off a little bit. Do you mind repeating one more time?
If both of you are released after paying your bond, then one of you are going to have to move out.
Thank you. Si ambos son liberados después de pagar fianza, entonces uno de ustedes tendrá que mudarse.
You're also not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Perdón. También no debe de poseer ninguna arma, droga o alcohol.
Please go to your left for your paperwork.
Por favor, pase a la izquierda para obtener su documentación.
For the last individual, he is at a medical facility for a psychiatric issue. I will be speaking with him either over Teams or over the phone. Mark Allen Harris, date of birth 9/22/1993, here in a Superior Court new case, arrested for disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. His next court dates are October 6th and October 8th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a security appearance bond of $40,000. If he's able to bond out, pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, must continue to obey the order of protection, cannot live with the alleged victim, even if he's the owner or renter of the property. After speaking with Mr. Harris, if I have to make any changes to his release conditions, I will come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 11 p.m. calendar. Thank you. 1 second. Briefly going on the record for Abram Castaneda, date of birth 10/31/2002, who was brought in on a failure to appear warrant and a justice court warrant. Apparently, his 24 hours, his statutory 24 hours, was too late for him to be actually brought into the facility. I am no actioning these two due to the expiration of the 24-hour rule, and I have laid out further circumstances on the written record. So Mr. Castaneda should be released at this time. We are now going off the record. The 11 p.m. calendar is concluded.